technology, I think, from what I've seen, and I came from the era when everybody was like website was the big thing, and then in the 90s and 2000s when people start first getting websites, and that had an impact on development. But I think the technology today is far more impactful than that shift because of the fact that people can get information differently and learn and find ways to learn about their brand. You have to have multiple channels of communication available for people. So it's gone from, I call it catered content. You're gonna have some people that like to read, you have some people that like video, you have some people that like just bullets, want downloads, they're gonna look on their phone, all of those things. So you have to, as a franchise development person, you have to be able to provide information on all those channels because the candidates are dictating it. And the brands that have a good channel of communication to reach all that diverse candidate channels are doing well and will continue to do well. And that's the big challenge. I think this is the big challenge. A lot of people in franchise development today are trying to apply tactics and techniques that worked maybe 5 or 6 years ago, but now it's this ghost candidate, this incognito candidate that's out there. And you just got to be able to hit them with data and information in the format that they want.
What I've really learned is technology doesn't sell franchises. People, relationships, trust is really what brings a candidate through the process. But technology is out there and we have to adapt to it. So use of video, use of enhanced tactics to get engagement are certainly big things, like simple things like texting a candidate. Just a simple thing, picking up the phone and calling them right away and using the phone. Old technology, but it still works very, very well.
Well, at the store level at Sport Clips, we're doing just some fantastic things, which then is a value add to my candidates when I'm talking to them. So it's really mushrooming from that, in that today in retail it's about convenience, whether it's Uber Eats or whether it's whatever, but our app that you can go on to now and then check in for your haircut and everything, we're getting great feedback and reviews from that. So we're hitting that convenience thing at the right time. And that would be the first thing, maybe the biggest thing that's impacting me directly in building the value with my candidates. Within the sales process, for a while now, we've been just building a ton of great content within our website. So I could pretty much send somebody to our website and say, you need to check all this out and then look it over and get to know what you're looking at here, because from lots of franchisee testimonials to a whole library of articles. And sometimes when people push back on the FDD, I'll go like, why don't you go check out this article on our website, and it'll give you an idea how you can kind of view the FDD. Because on the Homeowners Association, who wrote the agreement? Well, the Homeowners Association wrote it. And if you want to live in that neighborhood, you're going to sign the Homeowners Association because it's there to protect the whole neighborhood from this one rogue neighbor who might ruin it for everybody else. And that's what the FDD does too. So any franchise worth its salt is going to have a very strong FDD that's going to hold their franchisees accountable. And if you have problems with it, that's okay. We're building a lot of content that I can point my candidates to on an ongoing basis. I won't be the guy to answer all your questions, I'll tell you that right up front. But I tell people you need to trust, but a wise man once said, trust but verify. And there's going to be multiple ways you can verify everything you're seeing through this process as you go along, whether that's the FDD, talking to franchisees, having an operations meeting with our operations team, or attending Discovery Day and engaging with the leaders. And it really puts people at ease.
Yeah, so the franchise sales process, at the end of the day, and technology certainly has changed. When I joined the brand, it was all about trade shows and printed media, PR, a lot of the traditional marketing tactics that you might take. But at the end of the day, and technology has changed that. We didn't even have a franchising website when I joined, and you couldn't operate without it today. But certainly, how do we use social media? Whether it's LinkedIn or Facebook or other media to do our outreach, for both brands, both Dunkin' and Baskin-Robbins. Certainly on the development side, the game has changed there with all the resources available to us, whether it's primarily in the market planning function and what that success criteria, again with over 9,000 domestic restaurants. We're taking that. There's just a lot of big data out there that's allowing us to drive development in the right corridors, in the right trade areas. But at the end of the day, there is no substitute for that face-to-face interaction. Some of the basics, quick response time to a candidate inquiry. Like I said, face-to-face communication. We challenge our teams to be in the field, whether it's franchise recruitment or development. There's no substitute for that. So some of the basics about responsiveness, face-to-face interaction, walking and driving trade areas with franchisees, those are still at the core of what we do.